Welcome back to Fight Capital, where we step into the ring of combat sports business. I'm your host, Ryan Rappaport. Joining me for a second interview today is Gabe, the freight train Rednose. Gabe has left his mark on the amateur MMA scene, climbing to the top with a record that speaks volume to his dedication and skill. I'm excited to chat with Gabe again because he isn't just a fighter, he's a symbol of what it means to chase glory with every ounce of your being. From the heartlands of Oklahoma to the bright lights of Cage Warriors on December 16th in San Diego, his journey is a testament to his fighting spirit. And this isn't just any fight coming up on December 16th, it's Gabe's professional debut set to stream live on UFC Fight Pass. So today we're going to go from the grind of his training regimen to the hunt for sponsorships that resonate with his fighting spirit. Let's get ready to be inspired today. Thanks for being here again today, Gabe. How are you and where are you joining from?
I'm doing great, man. Like I said, I'm a big fan of all your work, and I'm really blessed to be able to get the opportunity to come back on and talk to you again. Checking in from my hometown, Kingfisher, Oklahoma.
Yeah, back at it, man. Well, hey, you're making the move to Cage Warriors. First of all, congratulations. And this is definitely a major leap from your amateur days here. Could you just describe some of the adjustments that you've been planning on for your training and what led to the actual development of you landing with Cage Warriors?
Yeah, so training regimen is staying the same. Obviously, I'm just cranking up the intensity even more. I'm that much more motivated, ready to go. I did my thing on the amateur scene, like you said, and I'm trying to make my mark on the pro scene. Really looking forward to it. So my actual head coach, Joe Stevenson, is in really good contact with Cage Warriors. They have a great relationship. My teammate, Robert Hernandez, Greenlight, that's his nickname, Greenlight, will actually be the main event of December 15th. So they have a great relationship there. And, it just so happens that my name came up and they reached out and said, absolutely, let's get him on the card. We would love to have him as his professional debut.
Yeah, well, it's rare. Cage Warriors is a European promotion, so it caught me by surprise that it was going to be in San Diego, making it nice and close for you, though. I was like, is he going to be traveling over to the UK? How's that working?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I believe that they just started coming over to the United States. I think they do like 4 shows here a year. So that could work out for me for possible fights and everything else. But then again, on the other side of it, I would love to go over there and travel the world and see different parts of the world. That'd be amazing to be able to do that one day. That could work out for me for possible fights and everything else. But then again, on the other side of it, I would love to go over there and travel the world and see different parts of the world. That'd be.
I know you've already had the opportunity to test yourself against international talent, but when thinking about leading up to this and the sponsorships that you've been working with, what type of brands or companies do you believe match up with your career path and your approach to fighting?
Well, that's a very good question. I kind of just take it as they come. If anyone is willing to sponsor me and support me in any type of way, I feel like it's my responsibility to represent them to the highest that I can possibly do it. It really means a lot to me, and this game is hard to do without sponsors. And I really just have to give a shout out to all of my sponsors who have supported me thus far in my entire career, because I definitely couldn't do it without them. I can't say any brands for specific, but just all of them in general. Hopefully one day I can lock down a big sponsorship with a big gear company or something like that. But until then, I'm just really thankful for everyone that has supported me thus far. Until then,
One of the things I appreciate about following your social now is how much you do to represent the brands that are working with you. So I know anyone that gets in there now, one is getting a deal, and two, they're getting a great brand ambassador and advocate, which is like the most important thing out there. So anyone who's listening to this, get behind this kid now, because otherwise you'll miss out on the train. Sorry, that was
I
stupid, but
appreciate it.
I had to drop it anyways. But
I
well,
appreciate it, man. That's right.
well, last time we were here, we talked on how you got hooked in MMA. Now, how are you harnessing that same enthusiasm for your inaugural pro fight at such a major venue?
I'm a very humble person, and I've really dedicated a lot of my life to this the last 5, 6 years. I started from nothing, man. I like my last time we talked, I did like my first 5, 6 fights, won my first 2 titles without even having a coach, just training out of my garage. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this game, and I'm just excited to try to take over on the pro scene.
I don't know if we talked about this last time, but you started out at heavyweight. Now you're fighting at light heavyweight, and everything you've done in both those divisions have been super solid. In what ways has competing in light heavyweight influenced the division or how has the division influenced your technique? And are there any new aspects fans can look forward to when seeing you fight as a professional?
Absolutely. I cannot wait to drop some hammer elbows down, man. I cannot wait to land some elbows and slice through some people's eyebrows, man. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, you always have that solid wrestling background, and I know last time you had that crazy Kimura submission. So seeing you kind of step it up into the next realm of ground and pound should be interesting. But just curious, like, is there anything that you're wanting to discuss, like honing your mental strategy for the upcoming fight? You, with everything you do with these family responsibilities and work responsibilities, what keeps you balanced and focused amid the high expectations associated with a nickname like the Freight Train?
But it's hard to balance my life. I mean, people do it every day, so it's nothing special. But I will be the first to tell you that it is very hard to find the balance in this game, especially being a father of two young kids, having to balance still working 50 hours a week, coming home, still doing all of my dad duties. I have to give a big shout out to Caitlin. She's at home taking care of the kids, holding everything down while I'm training and doing what I need to do to make sure and ensure that I can take care of business come fight night.
Yeah, it's just an honor to one follow you on social because it shows you how committed you are to your family and your job. I know a couple times we've been texting and I'm like, it's early here. So I can only imagine how early it is where you are. But I know you got coming back to San Diego. You've already had a lot of success before. What are your feelings about fighting in a familiar setting like that, especially being close to one of the gyms that you train out of? And does it offer you any sense of pressure or relief?
I feel like coming into San Diego, the majority of my team is from Victorville, which is about 2 hours away from San Diego, give or take. And I feel like I would come in and I would be the fan favorite just because that's where Cobra Kai is, and Cobra Kai is very well known there with my coach Joe. He does a great job at building his resume and building his team out there. And I'm just looking forward to represent Cobra Kai and represent Lovatos as well, and get out there and do what I do best.
Having those type of coaches in your repertoire, like a Joe Daddy Stevenson or Rafael Lovato Jr., I mean, that can't be underspoken. I think there's so much to speak to in terms of how you're developing as an athlete, and having people like that in your corner. It's been pretty cool to see, particularly getting these type of opportunities, right, with being in Cage Warriors directly coming from one of your coaches. It's a pretty cool thing to be part of.
I'm just very blessed with the opportunity. They're blessing me with this opportunity, and it's my responsibility to take care of the rest. And I can assure you, I will do that.
Well, you're stepping onto the big stage, man. This fight's going to be broadcast live on Fight Pass, UFC Fight Pass. Do you have any specific message for the audience or any potential sponsors who will tune in to see you fight at what's going to be an internationally broadcasted event?
I just hope for everyone to tune in and watch me do my thing, and hopefully I can gain some more fans and gain some more traction, and continue to keep building my resume on the pro scene, and hopefully I can impress some new possible sponsors, and maybe we can get together and work a deal out.
I have a feeling you will, man. And I know last time, I mean, you just have so many great people behind you and sponsors behind you. I won't make you try to shout them all out again, but we'll make sure to try to plug them all. Are there anyone that you do want to shout out there? I know you already gave your wife a shout out. So I'm sorry, your partner a shout out. Is there anyone else you'd like to shout out as well?
Just all my friends, family, supporters, sponsors, haters, everyone above, man. I can't do it without them. This game is very hard to do if you do not have a great support system. Some days you wake up and you don't want to go do this, but then I'm laying there and I think about all the people who have invested in me and supported me in any way, shape, or form, whether it's meal sponsors, financially helping me, anything that can make my life easier during fight camp. I think about those people, and those are the thoughts that drive me to get up and get my ass to the gym, whether it's 4 o'clock in the morning, driving an hour to Lovatos to Oklahoma City. Um, that's the reason why I do it, because if people can take the time out of their own lives and invest in me like they do, I can return that and take care of business in the cage.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people are seeing how you invest in yourself, and that's why they want to invest in you, man. So, really looking forward to this fight. I know it's coming up quick. Wishing you the best luck going into camp here, staying healthy, staying strong, and really looking forward to seeing you deliver on the 16th.
Thank you, brother. And I'm very blessed to be on the show again. Like I said, I've watched all your episodes, and I'm a very big fan, and thank you again for having me.
Yeah, man, you're the first repeat on here. So, like I said, always happy to have you back on. Any good news, any new fights coming, you make sure you keep me in mind.
I absolutely will, brother. Thank you for everything you've done for me thus far.
No, looking forward, man. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too. God bless.